All right, here we go. We're live. Give it just a second
Oh, look,
here,
there's a YouTube comment. First up.
right off the bat. All right, now there's the Facebook, and so we're rolling. We are rolling. We didn't get us no water.
I just thought about that.
Didn't get us no water.
I'm going to be an English teacher. We didn't get us any water.
No, didn't get us any water. You're right. Didn't get us any water. Well, hello everybody out there. I hope y'all are having a wonderful Tuesday.
Is that what day it is?
It is Tuesday.
I tell you, these past few days, I have not known what day it is.
I know it.
And I'm usually pretty spot on. I usually have to keep you straight, but
yeah, I'm the one that's the world's worst about not knowing what day it is.
I'm following in your footsteps this past week.
Let's see. Everybody's rolling up here now. Yeah, we're rolling now. We're doing good. We are doing good. All right. I didn't put it on Do Not Disturb because I didn't want to miss a text. So
well, now you did.
Yeah. No, I didn't want Brand or somebody to text me that I needed to respond to.
Okay.
Normally I put it on Do Not Disturb, but we may have some important texts come in regarding Granddaddy and the house and all that kind of good stuff, and I don't want to miss anything.
That's right.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, you can tell that we're in a little bit better spirits than we were during our last live.
Yes, absolutely. We're
that goes for Granddaddy too.
Yeah.
We even got a laugh out of him yesterday afternoon.
We did. Yeah.
And Shirley.
We did. We had a nice little get together yesterday afternoon, and everything is a lot better than it was our last live for sure.
Yeah, we can start seeing some plans that are being laid out and some possibilities of what may happen.
Right.
So, and it's thanks to you guys. I mean, from prayers to sorry about that. From prayers to just your thinking about you, of course your monetary donations, but just everything and all was just unbelievable.
Everything. Just absolutely everything. Everything y'all have done for us has just been over the moon. We can't thank you guys enough. I really can't. Really, really can't. Everybody's doing great right now. I mean, I say great, as good as you could probably get in this situation, but everybody is positive. Everybody's doing a lot better than they were several days ago. We're kind of in a waiting stage now. The yard's pretty much cleaned all up, but we're in a stage of waiting now to start seeing what's the next steps. We got to have like one domino to fall before we can continue on. So if I'll just try to keep you guys posted when I do learn something. But as of right now, it's really nothing new other than everything's cleaned up for the most part, and Granddaddy and Shirley are doing well.
Yes, they are still in the hotel.
Yes.
As far as I know, nothing has been said as far as temporary housing.
Right.
The house is not livable, of course. We were thinking initially that the house was not salvageable.
Right.
However, things are starting to change on that idea.
Right.
There's starting to be some altering opinions that may make the house to where it can be in turn saved.
Right.
And that would be wonderful. I mean, bottom line is we met with the family yesterday and just wanted to know what Granddaddy and Shirley wanted to do.
Yeah.
Did they want to go back to the house if it was fixable, or did they not even want that memory anymore and move on to somewhere that was not in their minds of what had happened? Because you don't know. You think you know, but until you talk to somebody and hear what their thoughts and plans are, you don't know. So we did just that. We sat down. The immediate family sat down and just went around and asked everybody what they thought the best solution would be, short term, long term.
Right.
Heard all the opinions, and I think that we're on the right road.
Yeah, we are. It was a great evening yesterday, and calmed everybody's minds, I would say.
Both
Yeah.
Granddaddy and Shirley said that was the house that they lived when they were married, and that is the house they would in turn like to spend their death, for lack of other way to say it.
Right.
It's just that's their home.
Right.
And we understand that. We understand that them relocating to somewhere new would be a big adjustment. If it had to happen, of course they could make that happen, but wanted to know what their first initial would like to have happen would be, and that's it, is to make the house livable.
Yep.
So we will find out in the coming days.
Yeah.
What it will take, and if it can indeed be done.
Right.
Jason's good buddy and our good buddy Brant, that built our house,
Yes,
was gracious enough to go over and take a look at the house today and give us what his thoughts and opinions were.
And what our next steps should be. So that's kind of why I don't want to cut my phone off.
Yeah. Because, our some of our thoughts were some of the family's thoughts were that this is Holly, and Holly wants to join the live. But our initial thoughts were, by some of the family members, was, does it need to be inspected to see what an inspector says? Well, then we in turn agree that it needs to probably be somebody that is a builder.
Yeah.
And an inspector to
Right.
make sure it's safe. But if the builder can't rebuild it, then it can't be safe.
Yep.
So
that's right.
Thankful to Brant for going over and taking a look at it and telling
Yeah.
us his thoughts, which were he thinks it's salvageable.
Right.
So
Yep.
That's awesome. If that is indeed the case, that is awesome.
So that's kind of where we're at right now at Granddaddy. So we everything is gosh, it's just been a blur.
It's been a lot going on in a short period of time.
There was some people asking, and there was a get back, baby.
You sit right there, Holly.
There was even on our end, there was confusion early on about insurance. I saw some of you guys asking about insurance. They did not have insurance. The insurance had lapsed, and so I think they've contacted the insurance company. Of course, they're not going to do anything. So, no insurance on the house. So that's just
there had previously been
Yes.
insurance coverage, and we think that more likely, due to the digital world that we live in today, that some notices may have been missed. Granddaddy told me they were paying it by the year, and then there was some taking it to 6 months and then taking it to every couple of months, and for somehow it just got overlooked, and there was no insurance coverage.
right.
So therefore, the donations that have been made will all go towards rebuilding.
Yes.
No matter if it's rebuilding on the current slab, rebuilding on a new slab, it will be towards rebuilding.
Right.
And rebuilding means rebuilding their lives, rebuilding their structure, rebuilding their home, rebuilding everything.
Yep.
So Granddaddy, of course, had not slept in several days. And last night, he was able to rest.
He was
able to rest better.
Yep.
And I think that's just knowing that things are going to be handled.
Yep.
When we sat down together, he can't see. He's 100% legally blind. I mean, he cannot see. He said, okay, who all's here?
Right.
And so we went around the room naming who was there. And he said, you know what? I got a good bunch of folks. My family is the best. Every one of y'all that's here today is our savior. Now, I saw some comments as far as FEMA. Yes, FEMA has been contacted.
Mm-hmm.
We were told that he is first on the list because, first of all, he's 100 years old. Second of all, he is a veteran. third of all his income is based on Social Security alone. Him and his wife Shirley,
And he's handicapped.
And well, he's handicapped because he's blind.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of puts you at the first of the list. And not to say we want to take away from anybody else, but that's kind of everything that can be summed up to be
right.
Your qualification. So we know he's qualified. It's just a matter of FEMA just put their feet on the ground today. Yesterday was a holiday. The tornado happened Thursday, so they didn't get over to Selma Friday, Saturday, Sunday, weekend,
Right.
Monday, holiday. So today's the first day that FEMA has been there, and the application has been filled out. Everything has been done.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I had a friend of mine that worked for FEMA, and he said that the FEMA thing kind of works on depending on if they were prepared ahead of time for a natural disaster, which this one they weren't, because right. this was not supposed to be a bad storm system, honestly. And so it's not like it was a hurricane or something like that where they had weeks or a week or so to kind of prepare for it. So it may take them a little bit longer to get all that done, but we don't know. That's why we're at the waiting stage right now. And
we do know that the devastation in Selma was substantial.
It's bad.
And what that means is there's more people than Granddaddy and Shirley looking for housing and needing. I mean, y'all, these people don't even have clothes for their backs. And that's the gist of it.
It is.
But I will say that they are fed.
They are fed.
For now.
The churches are really, really stepping up.
Yes, and hopefully that will continue for these people that do not have a way to access food at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, goodness, they were so abundant with food that they offered Holly a barbecue sandwich.
They did.
And Holly is our dog. So, yeah, I mean, the food, it was just in abundance.
Yeah. And they were going from one end of Selma to the other.
Yeah, I don't think there was any area that was left untouched.
Yep.
But you saw Granddaddy's video. You saw the devastation that was there. You saw some of Selma. And if you followed the devastation that happened, you've seen, it's unlike anything I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. It's
with my own eyes.
Right.
It's unlike anything that I don't ever want to see anything like that again. And I hate it. I mean, I hate it ever happened, of course, but you can't go backwards. That was supposedly an F3.
Right.
I can't imagine what higher would be.
It goes all the way up to F5.
And y'all know, if you know anything about trees, a pine tree has a taproot. Granddaddy's 100 years old. So I'm sitting out there talking to him, and I said, Granddaddy, I know you can't see, but there are 3 trees within my vision that the pine trees were literally so big that Jason and I together couldn't get our arms around.
Yeah, they were huge.
The trunks of the tree. So I said, Granddaddy, I said, no, you can't see it, but there's 3 trees right here in a row that were uprooted by the root. And he said, oh, really? And I said, yeah. I said, but you know what makes that even a more astonishing thing? And he said, what's that? I said, it was a pine tree. He said, no way.
Yeah.
He said, never in his life has he seen a pine tree that was uprooted.
They were uprooted. Yep.
And with the taproot that long, you usually don't see that. You see them snapped off.
Yeah.
So
there was a bunch of them snapped off, but there were some that were completely uprooted, which was it was crazy. It was crazy.
It was.
It was absolutely crazy.
We did get a lot of stuff moved into the shop from his shop.
We did.
And Miss Shirley is now on board with moving the things out of the house.
Yes.
To the shop.
Right.
Which previously I think there was such she didn't know what to do.
Yeah, she was in shock, and then
So the roof it is tarped.
Yes.
It did rain all day today.
It did, but her stuff was in a location where there wasn't any major holes or anything. Now there may be something that's kind of shifted that we don't know about, but all of it was tarp. So I mean, if it was anything, it would be very, very minor, I would think so. But we will move all that for
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially if we, that we get
See
the
that the house is
house is
rebuildable and
rebuildable and can be repaired, and they start coming in and repairing it.
yes, that will be the next step. Is
Mhm.
if the house is repairable, we're going to get all her things out so people can walk through there and see what all needs to be done, because
Right.
obviously we aren't builders or we would have built our house. um, it just, I mean, looking from the outside when you don't know how construction works and you see that a roof line has shifted, your automatic thoughts are that's not salvageable.
That's what we were thinking. Now the good thing is that the main tree that fell through the house and destroyed that one area that they used to sit in, they actually don't use that. They just, like, in the last, if I'm not mistaken, I think Quince told me in the last week.
Well, it was since his 100th birthday, he has fallen twice.
Uh-huh.
Granddaddy has fallen twice, and that was because their TV room, where that 100th birthday video was made,
Right.
was down 2 stairs.
Yes.
So since the fall has taken place, since October 22nd, they no longer have used that room.
And that was an addition. I think that may have originally been a garage.
I think you're right.
Thinking. And that tree fell right there. And so, that's good because that was an addition, and they're not even using that room anymore. So
it really doesn't matter if it's not there.
Right.
I mean, the slab is still there.
Yeah.
For goodness sake, you could park your car there.
Yeah.
And be just perfect. It wouldn't be an eyesore. It could just be repaired and you would never know it.
Right.
So did you say in the video how Granddaddy found out about the tornado?
No, I didn't get into all that because I didn't know at the time.
Okay.
I didn't know at the time.
So Granddaddy and Shirley, they're not real TV watchers.
Right.
They watch Coghill Farm. Granddaddy listens to Coghill Farm.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably have, just like everybody else, there's certain shows that they watch. So Quince is Jason's first cousin who lives in Selma, works in Selma, his family's in Selma, and he has basically Granddaddy raised Quince.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a lot of contact with each other. Several times a day is the norm. Granddaddy's phone rings. Quince said, "Granddaddy, where are you?" And Granddaddy said, "Well, I'm sitting here at the table. Where are you?" And he said, "I'm at work. Y'all get in the bathroom." And Granddaddy said, "Why do I need to get in the bathroom?"
Mm-hmm.
And Quince said, "A tornado's coming." He said it takes Granddaddy about 3 minutes to get anywhere in the house because he has a walker.
Right.
And he has to have help. So he gets up. 3 minutes later, he's in the bathroom, like Quince told him, and the roof's gone. Quince said he called back, and all he could hear was, "The roof's gone. The roof's gone." So had Quince not called and told them that the tornado was there, they would not have known.
Yeah, they wouldn't
because
have known.
in previous days, they weren't that concerned with the weather.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Now, had there been weather, talk, I'm sure they would have been aware and known to be on the watch, but they did not know. And therefore, had Quince not made that phone call, they wouldn't be here.
Yeah, that was, yeah. Whew. Yeah.
And then from what I understand from Shirley talking yesterday is that she just laid on top of him because he couldn't stand up.
Right.
And so he's on the bathroom floor. And when the roof disappeared and stuff started coming down, she just covered him with her body. And I mean, I don't know how they're here. I really don't. And I don't know how there were no lives lost in the city of Selma.
That's amazing.
In Dallas County, there were no lives lost. Yep. In Autauga County, there were. Unfortunately, there were 7 lives lost. Jason and I walked around our pasture. Was it Saturday morning before we went over there?
Yeah.
Saturday morning before we went over to Granddaddy's, we walked around our pasture. And the closest tornado would probably be 5 miles from us.
Mm-hmm. Somewhere in there. It got fairly close to us, closer than we thought.
Now, keep in mind, we are
Or
about
anticipated.
an hour from Granddaddy.
Right.
We were not concerned with that storm. However, during that outbreak, there were several other tornadoes.
Mm-hmm.
So the closest tornado to us happened about 5 miles from here. And as we're walking across our pasture, there are pieces of insulation. And y'all know that fuzzy stuff, not the.
Looks like cotton candy.
Yes. Yeah. And it was all over our pasture in pieces.
Was.
We literally had our pockets filled and our
Mm-hmm.
arms filled with insulation from a tornado that happened miles from here.
Yeah.
And do you know, earlier when I was outside, I noticed some shingles.
Did you?
And we have nothing here with a shingle roof.
No, nothing here with a shingle roof.
Nothing here
Yeah.
with a shingled roof. So
Yeah.
it's just an amazing, sad situation. But thankful
Yeah.
for today.
Thankful for today.
For
That's
today.
Right. Better today. Absolutely.
And Granddaddy he doesn't understand how you guys were able to contribute to his disaster. He doesn't understand.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter if he understands. He understands that you guys are the best people in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
And that prayers, monetary donations, anything you guys have done have worked. And it's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
It is.
The outpour of love and support. I mean, it's just crazy.
It is.
And I say crazy in a good way.
Yes. Definitely crazy in a good way. Thank y'all. I guess we try to think anything else to even say on that. I guess nothing else really to say on that, is
Yeah,
there?
I mean, there's not a whole lot that we know more about the situation, except for, just the waiting game. And as soon as we know something about what will happen, we will pass it on. I mean, they're in a hotel. Let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
They're in a hotel because they declined the offer to stay with us or to stay with other family.
Yeah.
Granddaddy told me, he said, me and Shirley are private people. And unless it came down to us not having a roof over our head, we don't want to impose on y'all. And we respect that. So, a decision's going to have to be made pretty soon about where the temporary housing will be.
Right.
Hopefully FEMA comes through with that. If it doesn't happen, if you guys know of any short-term rentals, it has to be in the Selma area. They are too elderly to be traveling. And that's where they want to be.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
With the disaster that's happened in Selma, I don't know of anything. Except for hotel that they're in.
Yeah.
So if any of you guys know of somebody that has something that's available
in this area.
Well, not even really our area. Selma area
is what I meant.
Reach out to us, please. Email's the best way.
Yeah.
It's on coghillfarm.com. We direct y'all there for lots of information, and that would be one of them. So, yeah, and another stipulation is it kind of needs to be something with not a lot of stairs.
Yeah, that's the other thing too.
I mean, we've thought about, he said that he's open to a camper to stay in until his house is completed if we can go that route. I'm scared of a camper.
I am too. But the thing over his place is they got another septic tank, and so they got a spot that we can put something temporary, once we figure out everything is going to go. But yeah, he's got a spot there that he's got an extra utility set up where a camper was.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I did find upon my searching,
mm-hmm.
there are 2 tiny houses.
Oh, really?
That may be an option.
Okay.
So it's not even been anything I wanted to discuss with you yet, because I just have them saved.
Okay, cool.
They're not in the Selma area.
Yeah.
They'd have to be relocated. But
somebody said Airbnb. We checked Airbnbs too. We've already done that.
Ashley,
we've been that route.
Who's Quince's wife?
Yep.
She's the smartest one in the family, for lack of other way to say it. And Ashley said there
Mm.
is nothing within 100 miles less than $1,000
Yeah, she's already checked into it. We've already
a
done that.
week. I
Yeah.
think she
Is
said
that what it was?
1,000. It was
I can't
ridiculous.
remember that.
She said it was more expensive than beachfront property.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
Um,
we looked into that. So
and I saw a lot of you guys. As a matter of fact, when our tiny house that was here that Mom owned, you guys were suggesting that we keep that for Airbnb. Well, Airbnb, we know what it means, but the only reason we know what it means is because of you guys, because it's just not something you hear of too often around here.
not like you mean. I think it's getting a little popular, but us country folks down here, we.
I mean, I could see us telling Granddaddy that Granddaddy, we got you an Airbnb, and he'd be thinking airplane, and I don't know what he would think, but it wouldn't be anything
Yeah.
what you would
Yeah,
think it would.
yeah. I saw somebody say something about a FEMA handicap trailer. That's what he's got.
First option, first on the
been-
list.
He's on the list for a handicap accessible FEMA trailer. So hopefully that comes sooner than later, or FEMA sets him up somewhere that
FEMA housing.
some type of housing situation until we either get the house fixed or have a permanent dwelling for him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I don't mean to sound like they won't go elsewhere, because they will.
Right.
Prattville area, it was hit as well. There were some areas over there that were hit by the tornado. So it's just, it's here and there, and everybody's looking for housing, and
Yeah.
it's just not available.
Right.
And he doesn't want to be in anybody's house.
Yes.
That's just it. He doesn't want to be in anybody's house if he doesn't have to be.
Right.
So, I mean, if it comes down to it, yeah.
Right.
He will.
That's right.
We're trying to take care of their needs without them worrying. What else? I guess we'll talk about tomorrow's video.
I saw somebody ask me, was I going to post tomorrow's video? I mean, the video that I originally recorded before all this happened. And yes, that is coming out tomorrow.
We had some mixed feelings about that.
Yeah, I kind of didn't know. I did 2 videos in a row, and I kind of want to keep you guys in the loop of what's going on. And there's really kind of nothing really
nothing new. There's
except
nothing.
We just kind of explained it here, and I did make a post all over social media too that we're kind of in a waiting game right now. So there really wasn't kind of anything new, earth-shattering that I could even make a 5-minute video off of that I know of. So I was like, well, you know what? And I told you, I said, I'm going to say something in the front of it about what's going on.
Right.
And that this was last week's video.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is coming out tomorrow. So that will be last week's video. And so I was editing it, and I was like, God, it's 7 days. So it was. I think I recorded that video a day before.
Well, we recorded it Thursday and we recorded it Wednesday because Thursday it rained.
That's right.
So that was the plan for Friday.
That was supposed to be Friday's video.
And there was no way that could go out on Friday.
Right. So that's so it is coming out. So y'all will see that, but it's going to be kind of a week behind. So
it's going to be like real Cog Hill. I mean, it's going to be like the tornado never happened, because it had not happened.
It had not happened in the video yet.
So keep that in mind.
So, and I guess another thing, since we're shifting away from what's going on with the tornado, because we're pretty much caught up on that, is y'all see my new swank overalls. I've been wanting these overalls for months now. And I actually got a pair in, and these are made by Roundhouse. I always want to say Red House because there's a old TV commercial that was so funny back in the day, but these are made by Roundhouse, and I'm not sponsored by these guys whatsoever, but I just loved them because they were American made. Mm-hmm. The cotton for them was either in Georgia or I want to say one of the Carolinas. So all of it was here. And they've been in company since like 1903 or something like that.
That's amazing.
And I started watching some videos on them, and I was like, man, I love this. So I ordered a pair. And if you guys ever want to go over there and order a pair of overalls from them, to order 2 sizes too big, because it's just the way they're made. I think men were different sizes in 1903.
You think?
Yeah. And it tells you in there to order them 2 sizes too big because the waist may be what you want, but up in here may not be what you want. And most of us has got just a little belly, because we eat a lot of cornbread and black eyed peas. So our kind of our, and that's what it says in the thing. It don't actually say that we eat a lot of butter beans and cornbread. And
Oh, it doesn't say
no,
that?
it don't say that, but they insinuate that I don't think somebody with a 6-pack is wearing these overalls, to be honest with you, but they could be.
Well, this is going
They
back.
could be.
I got something to say that's going back to Granddaddy.
What's that?
Speaking of cornbread.
Uh-huh.
So he had the bean and ham soup at his house after he told me he wasn't hungry. Told me he wasn't hungry, took the soup, finished the soup off.
Cleared it up.
Said it was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So last night when we were with them, I said, have y'all had dinner? And he said, yes, we have had dinner. He said, but I sure would like some collards and cornbread. And I said, well, Granddaddy, I said, next time we come, I'm going to bring you some collards and cornbread. And he said that he was going to hold me to that that's just what he was wanting, some collards and cornbread. And I said, Granddaddy, I said, do you know that we have a shirt that says collards and cornbread?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, somebody told me about that. And he said, if you get me one of them, I'll wear it.
So we're gonna get him
a collards and cornbread shirt.
We're gonna get him one of the collards and cornbread shirts.
And our next trip to Selma, I'm cooking him some collards. He said, man, those collards y'all grew were the best ones I ever ate.
And y'all, my collard greens are coming back. That's about the only thing.
And that made him smile. You talking about the collard greens did not smile. Get.
Yeah, my collard greens are coming back. So I may be I need to go look. I may be able to cut him some.
Well, he doesn't have any way to cook them.
No, we can cook them.
We're going to cook the freeze-dried ones.
Oh, okay. That'll work too.
And that way,
work too.
We moving fast these days. So we already got them ready. All I got to do is add some water.
That's right.
And they're ready.
They're ready.
So he said that he doesn't care how I cook my cornbread, that as long as it's got collards to go with it, it doesn't matter if my cornbread has flour in it, eggs in it, sugar in it, because everybody makes it different.
Everybody makes it different.
He said, as long as it's greens with the cornbread,
he don't care.
I don't care.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
And I said, well, Miss Shirley, will you eat collard greens too? And she said, well, I like them, but I don't like them like he does, so I may give him mine.
That's awesome. But I was getting back to these before I forget.
I'm sorry.
No, that's good. That's fine. Before I forget, because I will forget. I don't want anybody to make the same mistake I did if they were to order some of these.
You don't have to worry because I don't know if anybody's going to order your overalls.
Well, if they do, I love these so much. Well, I've had overalls in the past. I've had Carhartts. I've had Liberties. I've had, I don't know, another brand, Wrangler maybe. And they all rub me right in here. And for some reason, it just rubbed me the wrong way, every one of them. But as soon as I put these on, I knew right then they wasn't going to rub me. And I was so happy. And if any of you have that same problem as I did, I don't know why it was me, but they would rub me. And I would be even sore to touch it. And I would maybe I just need to toughen up and wear them over and over and over again. And y'all, I'd wear it overalls 7 days straight, and it wouldn't get any better.
And you always told me about how overalls rubbed you raw.
Rub me. These, nothing. And I think it's just the way they're cut and made. They're just cut and made different. And so I loved them so much when I put them on, even though they were wrong size. I put them on that I ordered the denim ones too. Now I'm wishing I'll go back and order the brown ones.
Well,
I love overalls. I couldn't wear them because they're so awesome. I mean, look, my cell phone can go right here. My AirPods can go right here.
Your sunglasses, where can they go?
I've been putting my regular glasses right in here, and they got deep pockets. The back pocket's so deep. So
I've already been informed that I'm to wash them in cold water and don't dry them.
Don't dry them because it says they're 100% cotton and they will shrink. So 2 sizes too big. So if you order them 2 sizes, I wear a 32 in the waist, and I had to get a 36 with these. So That
So
tells you.
that's 2 sizes
That
too
tells you.
big.
That's right. 2 sizes too big.
2 sizes too
And
big.
I'm gonna tell you what I did. Me being a man, when I read 2 sizes too big, I thought, okay, I wear 32. 33 is one size, 34 is the next size. And when I was informed that that's incorrect, because usually a 33 is an oddball size and they don't count it. So 36 is really 2 sizes too big. So.
That's right.
But I love them. I've been wanting pinstripe ones, the hickory stripe ones for a while now. And I like them. I like them. I like the dark blue too. That's what I like about it. Is the dark denim blue.
And y'all, Mary Carl, when she saw him wearing these overalls, she said, "Daddy, I love those overalls."
She did. She did.
They want to know the name of the company again.
It is Round House.
Maybe
Round
you
House.
could get sponsored by them. Wouldn't that be
could.
awesome?
I
The whole
could.
family could be wearing.
And listen. So it's Round House, like the circle, and they was on sale. They were on sale too. I
Do
don't
they
know if
make
still on sale.
women's?
Yeah, they make women's.
Well, I'm back on Weight Watchers, so we better wait just a little while before I order mine because 2 sizes up might be 8 sizes up once I get done.
Yeah, you may want to wait.
I may want to wait.
You may want to wait. You may want to wait.
So
May want to wait, but I love them. I love them. Well, you know the stripe. I'm a history. Get into history a little bit, so maybe I'll not talk about the stripes or not.
they said, send a video of you wearing your overalls.
Maybe I ought to tag them in it.
Yeah, tag them in
That's what
every
I do.
video.
I'll tag them in it. Yeah.
Oh my gracious.
Oh, I see Linda said her spinach is coming back. Good.
Well, that's
awesome.
great.
That is
That's
awesome.
great.
That's awesome. But the striped ones,
I like those better.
The striped ones, I think people, of course, the train engineer has always thought about wearing striped ones, but I think their hat was more striped than their overall. Maybe both. But generally, you wore your striped ones. This was your Sunday best. You wore your striped overalls when you was going somewhere fancy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, this is fancy.
This is fancy.
This is alive. Speaking of alive.
Yeah.
So
Somebody asked about the teddy bear.
Yes. So when we were living in the camper, actually I went back and looked at the order. In September of 2021. Wouldn't that be right?
Yeah, I think that's right. No.
2022 would be right. We ordered you some new eyeglasses frames.
Yeah, we did.
And our plan was, as soon as we got settled in the camper, to take them to the eye doctor and get the prescription put in the frames. Right?
That's right.
Well, we can't find them.
No.
We can't find the frames. So I went back.
2 pairs.
So I went back and I looked when the order was, trying to figure out where we were at the time. And it was September. So we didn't move until October.
That's right.
So there's no telling really where they are.
There's no
because they would have moved from.
And I looked at them today and I kind of like, what? I really don't know if I like those anymore.
Well, good. Because I went to the little camper, which is where we did our lives.
Yeah.
The old Yellowstone camper. And you told me you had looked.
I did.
But my family telling me they looked, it doesn't fly well with me. I have to go back behind and take a second look. So as I was doing so,
that's right.
I took the cushions off the.
You looked under there.
I took the cushions off the whatever bench that's in the little camper, and I found this little guy. This is a bear that somebody sent us.
Yeah.
Were we living in the camper then?
Yeah, we had that in all of our lives.
I know we did, but we have it at our old Cog Hill farm.
Here.
But never at the old farm.
One. Never at the one.
So some of you guys had asked where that little bear was. So when I lifted those cushions up, I found this little guy.
There it is.
Tucked back behind there. So he's back.
He's back.
And it says, I love Alabama. And I do love Alabama.
I do love Alabama.
I love Alabama.
Yeah, our community's awesome.
It is. It is.
And they rose up.
I'm telling you. Well, look at there. There's Michael Key.
What's up, Mike?
He said, do you actually read these comments? I don't know,
up, buddy?
I can't see.
Did he say tip my hat? Is that what Mike said?
I don't know, but
Michael Key is a high school buddy of mine.
Yes,
and that I love dearly.
I can't really read any of these names without my glasses, but I saw Michael Key.
And I saw Lester was on here too a second ago.
Well, hey, Lester. I didn't see that name, but
There's Mike.
Hey, Michael.
Oh, me.
So I lost my train of thought talking about the bear.
Mike messed us up.
Mike messed us up. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So tomorrow's video is going to be back to old Cog Hill before the tornado happened. All of that good stuff. Thursday, I will have a video coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what it's going to be about? It's going to be about the Victorian crown pigeons for the most part.
But that's not all.
That's not all. So stay tuned, because in that video, we're going to show a completed part of our house that you haven't seen, that we are very happy about. Very happy about.
And it's not the handrail.
It's not the handrail. It's something I would be very happy about.
Oh, man.
The Victorian crown hen has not laid an egg. I will tell you that.
I was glad because I had wrote that down because people were asking.
She has not laid an egg yet.
Has not laid an egg.
That doesn't mean you shouldn't watch the video, because it is a update that is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I mean, when I showed you a part that's going to go in the video,
oh my gracious,
it's something that I have never witnessed in my life. So,
yeah.
I think we're close. I think we're close to an egg.
I think so too.
But
and that nest,
y'all,
they still building on it.
I took a measuring tape.
They still build. I think, how tall is it?
Well, I can't tell you. You have to watch Thursday.
Okay. I don't even know.
No, you will when you edit it.
I do want to edit it. Yeah.
But that nest is incredible, and there is not an egg. But tell you the truth, I want to witness her laying it, and I haven't been able to watch the live like I would like to.
Yeah.
So that's what she's waiting on. She's waiting on me to be able to watch her lay her egg live. Mary Carl has told me that she will lay it between the hours of 11 and 2.
Is that what she said?
Yes.
During the day?
Yes.
Because they sleep at night. So that would make sense.
11 to 2.
That would make sense.
It's pigeon egg laying time. Don't
right.
ask. I don't know the details. But that's when she's going to lay it. I'm going to be on alert from 11 to 2 for a pigeon egg in the days coming, because it doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot we can do at Granddaddy's until the next step happens.
That's right. That's right.
And maybe we can get some footage back up for these guys to watch.
Yeah, I'll get the live going back up again on the Victorian crown pigeons.
It's just that we haven't been here. We haven't been here to get it up and going. And it takes a physical person to make the live go. Right?
Yes.
And
yeah, I have to set it up and get it streaming.
Yeah. And if we're not here, then doesn't matter if I can look at it on my phone and say, oh, they're building a nest. We can't make it go.
Right. I got to come inside the house.
So nest build has still been happening, believe it or not. It has still been happening. And we're very excited about it.
I'm very excited about it. I know y'all are.
Yes.
I can always tell when you're on the phone, because it sounds like there's the farms inside the house. And that's the other thing. I heard because you can, on our phone, on the app, we can hear there's volume. There's volume. But for me,
it's different.
It was complicated. And I'm semi-tech savvy. But to get that camera on the live stream, I had to download all this stuff and update this and do something to the camera. And it was over. I had to get Wes from Big Family Small Farm.
Yeah,
Big Family.
Right.
I thought I said it backwards. I had to get him to help me, and so I got it going. We got it going, but there's no sound, and so Wes contacted the camera company. And they said, "Look, it has something to do with the program you're using to live stream it, and we have to use the program to live stream it that the volume don't come through, and so that's why there's no sound."
Yeah, and I talked about that on my video.
Okay.
I said that I know a lot of you guys have asked about sound, but there really isn't any sound that these birds make, except for what you'll hear in this next video.
Right.
They're just quiet birds. But we told y'all last time, and we showed you the picture that Mary Carl had drawn of the t-shirts that have the Victorian crown pigeon on them. And if any of you guys are interested in having one to wear for yourself, they are live on our website. I know that's just a picture of the whole t-shirt with the two birds on it, but I'm about to make that to where you can see the, oh, I'm so tech savvy. Look at me.
I'm glad
Look at
you had to
me.
get the camera going.
Oh my goodness. It wouldn't have happened. It would not have happened.
Oh man.
So I'm just going to zoom in on one of them. This is the actual t-shirt, and it's live on coghillfarm.com. You can go under shop, and it's the first design listed. Yep. And I think it's pretty.
Yeah, Mary Carl did an amazing job.
I hate I didn't get to wear mine in time for the video, but
you got one ordered.
It'll be here soon enough.
Yep.
So
yep.
I'm excited. About the t-shirt, and I'm excited about the egg. And maybe when they lay the egg, we should make her make another shirt with the nest and the egg in it.
The egg has landed.
The egg has landed.
Yep.
The swell, as I called it. The egg swell.
The egg swell.
I was told that it's not the egg swell, but I didn't let me hear me say anything about the egg swell, because if I had, I would have got in big trouble.
I was calling it the egg hole.
So let me tell you something.
Now yours sounds better than mine. Egg swell.
It's not right though.
What's it called?
I don't know.
Oh.
Mary Carl and I were walking through the pasture.
Yeah.
One morning. Yeah. Since this tornado happened, and there's a pear tree. Okay, a Bradford pear that probably really doesn't need to be there, but she doesn't want to take any. Is that Brant? She doesn't want to take any trees down that are existing. So maybe it can stay when the barn is built. But,
right.
So the point of my story is the Bradford pear has little pricklies all over it.
Right.
It looks like thorns. On one of those thorns on the Bradford pear was a black beetle stuck in the thorn.
Really?
I didn't think anything about it. She said, Mama, oh, now I'm fixing to lie because I don't remember the bird. I do. Mama, do you know what put that black beetle on that tree? And I said, nothing put the black beetle there. The black beetle just died there. And she said, no, Mama, a shrike put that beetle there.
No way.
She said that they take the insect and they stab it into that thorn.
Yeah.
And leave it until they get ready to eat it.
Oh my God. Look, somebody says shrikes do that.
Well, I'm going to tell y'all, my mouth was wide open. If there had been mosquitoes in the area, they would have flocked, because I have never heard of such.
I've never heard of that either.
And for her to sit there and tell me that bug was there for a shrike to save for his later dinner. I don't know who taught her that.
I don't know who taught her that either. I would have thought that the beetle may have had a little too much to drink and just boom and
well, that's what I said, man. Carl, the bug just died there. No, Mama. No, Mama.
Wow.
That
a shrike is a bird that we have here.
Yes, it's a shrike. Yeah. I never heard of it until we moved here.
Yeah, I didn't either.
But it
we
lives.
Can have them at the other place.
It lives in this invasive species of Bradford pear that's on our property.
Yeah. And they don't produce pears.
It doesn't produce pears.
It's an ornamental pear.
And they're very invasive. And
that are short-lived, and they break, and they cause a lot of...
They cause a lot of problems.
People like them because they're super fast-growing, and so people... One time they were extremely popular. I don't think they're popular anymore. I think it's one of those fads that they realize, ooh, this isn't as good as we thought it was.
I was told that that birds and bees love them. Even though they're invasive, the shrike loves that tree, and it sits in the top of it.
Really?
Every afternoon, that shrike's sitting in that tree, and that we are not to take it down, even if the barn road goes in the middle of it. We have to leave the Bradford pear.
Got to leave the Bradford pear. Okay.
For the shrikes.
We'll leave the Bradford pear. And that's somebody asked, is that the pear tree that stinks? And I think it does.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And it was here when we moved here. And that's pretty much the only tree that were in the pastures is the Bradford pears. And we thought, oh, Bradford pears, they're wonderful.
Are ours Bradford pears, or are they
It's a Bradford.
It is a Bradford, you sure?
Mhm.
For some reason, I thought they wouldn't.
Yes, because don't you remember there was one behind the camper?
There was one behind the camper, but the other ones actually produced a little bitty
It's a
fruit.
Bradford pear.
You know, we had did it and they called it a stone pear.
Well, it's now a Bradford pear.
It's a Bradford pear.
But we're gonna have to leave
I
it.
don't remember them stinking here.
Yeah, they don't stink unless they're blooming.
Oh, okay,
That's the smell.
I got you.
Um.
Kind of like the ginkgo tree.
Woo wee!
We talked about that already.
I still, you know, it already left me that a
Yeah.
male or a female
Yeah.
ginkgo. The female's what stinks, isn't it?
Yes,
The female stinks
That's
because
correct.
it produces the bloom.
that's correct. Yep.
But a
That is
Bradford,
correct.
I don't know if it's male or female. I don't know if there is a way to tell it, but we're told we can't get rid of it.
We won't get rid of it. It'll stay there.
We won't
It
get
will
rid
stay
of it.
there. I want to say this. I got a text from Mr. Donnie yesterday.
Donnie, tell him who Donnie is.
Donnie is the young man that's working on my 1969 F100 pickup truck,
That's right.
and he's gotten started on it.
Well, you know, you're going to be a little out of date still with your overalls and your
No,
69.
I'll blend in. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We'll blend in. We'll blend in, and
We'll blend in. You getting me some of them too?
You gonna ride in there? Yeah, you got to ride in there.
I
with
don't
me.
ride. I drive.
No, you ain't driving my truck. That's my truck. Another thing that I've been a kick on
What?
here in the last couple of weeks
Mm.
is that y'all, I want my own tractor, but I don't want. I want an old tractor though. So yeah, there may be an old tractor in the near future on Coghill Farm.
An
Just
old tractor.
old vintage classic tractor.
You know what this is leading to?
What?
If you get an old tractor and I have the new tractor,
Yeah.
so you get the old truck and I get a new truck.
That's the way it works.
That's the way it works.
Oh me, that's funny. That is funny. So yeah, so I may have an old tractor and an old truck. I was
Old
thinking
tractor
today.
and an old truck.
I was thinking. I've been looking at 80s. I've been looking. I have learned a lot about old tractors in the last few
last
weeks.
night I was ready to go to bed. And these videos kept playing of these old tractors.
Oh goodness.
And a buddy of his daddy had just posted that he may have one for sale.
Did.
And he said, I think I'll sleep on it. And when he said that, I thought to myself, thank goodness we get to go to bed. We get to go to bed.
Yes.
And you get to quit watching videos about old tractors. So I asked him about it this morning, and we're still dreaming about old tractors.
We're still. I don't want to jinx myself, so I may have an opportunity of getting one. So we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see what the future holds.
Yep, and that's why I don't want to pull the gun. I almost pulled the trigger. I almost pulled it last night.
And that was on the one that you knew.
Because I know the gentleman. I'm really good friends with him, and he said it ran good. So if I know he said it ran good, so I don't have to worry about it. So, but I held up. I'm gonna wait.
But you can't drive my tractor if you get your own.
Mine's gonna be. I'm excited. I have my old truck and my old tractor. I think my tractor is gonna be older than my truck. That's what I'm feeling by looking at these old tractors. But I think I'm gonna get my old tractor. I just want one. I really don't think you're gonna bush hog. I'm not gonna run a bush hog.
You're not stealing my thunder.
And even though we got the finishing mower, I guess I could run it behind it. But I just really like the one that I could plow with or cultivate with and just be like a garden tractor.
Yeah, because just think, there have been times in the summertime where the grass needs cutting and the garden, hasn't yet.
Right.
Hasn't yet because we didn't plant a garden last summer. But
right,
even this winter,
right,
when we needed to do something in the garden, but something needed to be done elsewise with the tractor.
Yeah.
So 2 tractors is not too, as long as it's not 2 like new tractors. We don't need 2 new tractors.
No, I know.
We need a dependable tractor and a not dependable tractor.
Yeah, I want one that that if I gotta get my hands greasy, that I can work on. You know, these old. I've been watching videos on how to work on too.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Well, if I hope I don't have to get grease out of these overalls.
Oh, I've been watching them. I have been. It's yeah. I'm not an expert by all means, but
And then you got
I know a
Donnie.
lot. Oh, I do. I even thought about that.
Donnie
I
can
even
work on old
thought about
trucks.
that already. I've even thought about that.
So
I ain't gonna ask him yet because he's still working on the truck. I don't want him to get him.
you
Know,
better get the truck fixed
I want to get the
first.
truck fixed first. I don't want him. I don't want to start thinking about old tractors. Yeah.
No, please don't cross his thoughts. Don't cross his thoughts.
Oh me, but yeah, I'd love to have an old tractor, old classic tractor.
Well,
But I don't want one so old that that runs off steam or something. I don't want one like that now. I've started watching them steam engines.
That's your train. That's not the tractor.
No, they make them. They do. Them
that
steam
run
engines.
off steam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. But I want one, and I want one that if I could convert a 3-point hitch on the back, that way we could swap implements, stuff that we ain't got to buy all these
special implements. Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, we've along this time that we've been here, we've added an implement here and an implement there as we've saved up and needed something different. So we would like to be able to interchange those. I think
so too,
if possible.
Yeah.
If not possible, then I'll pull it with my new truck.
New truck.
New truck, new tractor, old truck, old tractor.
That's right. Draft horses. I say that I wish I could teach Moody how to plow, and I say that, but after probably of me plowing the field with Moody, I'd probably do it about 2 or 3 times and hang that up.
Granddaddy told me
he did. After listening to him talk about it, I was whoo.
He talked to me about him plowing using a mule.
That's right.
And he said, "You think that the mule did all the work?" And he said the mule did do a lot of the work.
Yeah.
Highly streaming, but the one that was working the plow did a lot of work too.
Yeah.
And he said from the age of 12, he said
12
years old, he was
cotton fields
spent from daylight past dark plowing cotton fields all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
Until he said he'd have blisters on his hands so that he couldn't eat. But I know a lot of people that have stories like that, but I don't think you want to get a plow for Moody.
I don't think so either. I really don't.
Unless you can get Granddaddy to come over here and and get him straight.
I was thinking, just think about that. Back at it, I mean, you'd have to, how much time and effort it would take to hook all that stuff up on, our ox, like Moody would be. When he hits 3, I think they're considered an oxen. I think that's right.
Uh-huh.
But or a mule is what Granddaddy used, or a draft horse. Think of all of that time of setting all that up and getting all that on there. Man, y'all, that would really be. Whew. Now that's not how much time it took to actually plow a field with a mule or a ox or a draft horse.
That's
either.
True.
Man.
He said that him and his oldest brother were in charge of the cotton, and that who was it that was doing the corn?
It was 2 other brothers that were doing the corn, and there was one more crop. What was it?
He said, but they had more acreage of cotton than they did corn.
Was it strawberries?
No, they didn't plow the strawberries.
Okay.
But it was corn and cotton that they had the fields entirely planted in.
That's right.
And the mama would wake up early that morning and fix them a good hearty breakfast, and they'd stop for lunch, and then it was all work. It was all work all day.
Shoo. Wow.
And then he was telling me about how they hand dug a well 60 foot deep so that they could keep their milk in it.
That's crazy, dude.
He said they didn't have much that needed to be refrigerated.
My gracious, that's unreal.
And so we were reading about when the refrigerator started becoming popular in houses.
We did, and especially with the
spring house is what we think.
We think it's a spring house. Y'all know the video. I think it was last week.
Yeah.
That we found the rock structures, and you guys And I feel kind of dumb not knowing what a spring house was, because I feel like I should know what that was, but I really do think it was a spring house because there's underground springs everywhere there.
And then after talking to
Everywhere.
Granddaddy about what they did, it made
Yes.
sense.
Yes. And so I really do think that was a spring house, and that they used it to keep their stuff cool.
Granddaddy was born in 1922,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked him, did he remember when they got a refrigerator? And he said, no. He said that he doesn't even remember power.
They didn't have power.
They did not have power.
Yeah, they didn't have power.
Because I thought he would have had a refrigerator before he left home. And he said that they did not have a refrigerator, and that they had very little that needed to be refrigerated.
Yeah.
The only thing that he could remember that they put down in the well to keep cool was milk.
Yeah.
He said there wasn't anything else that they kept cool, and that they dug the well by hand 60 foot deep. And they hoisted the person in and out.
Oh, they don't make them like that no more.
No, they don't.
Oh my gracious.
They sure don't.
Oh my gracious.
Somebody said I need a pair of those overalls.
Ooh, get you some.
I think I am. Jason, I can't read that.
I think Granddaddy's watching.
Oh, really?
And that was Quince.
Oh, hey, Granddaddy.
I think they're watching.
All right.
Yeah, Michael Keith said you need some.
I need some overalls.
I need some of these overalls.
But I need them to be red and white.
Need some.
Do they make red and white ones?
I don't know. I'll have to go look and see.
I want to know if they make red and white ones, because that could be my color.
I'll have to look and see. I don't know what color they make. I have to look and see. Well, we answered. I was writing questions down as we were going through.
Well, you did very well.
And I was trying to. I think we answered most of them. I really do.
Once we get Granddaddy straightened out,
mm-hmm.
and everything gets back to a semi-normal state around here,
mm-hmm.
I want to go back to what we're calling the spring house and dig some more.
Yeah, dude. And I don't know when. I want everything settled down stuff, and I would like to get me a metal detector.
We have one, but it's just a little kiddie one.
That's a kid metal detector. If it's not this deep, it won't. I mean, if it's any deeper than that, it won't pick it up. So I want to get me a metal detector.
So this is just like,
and I know if I get a metal detector, I won't. But me and Mary Carr gonna get obsessed with it. I can tell you.
Listen. So the metal detector is going to be like the truck and the tractor. Okay.
What's that?
The little old one will be mine, and y'all can get the good one. Okay.
No, we're swapping in because I'm getting the old truck and the old tractor. Right.
Yeah, but I'm getting the new truck and the new new truck, and you're getting the old truck.
Oh, me.
So I guess
we got a new truck out there.
A 2017 Paw truck.
That's a long
wheelbase
farm truck. That's right.
Over 100,000. Got plenty left.
Got plenty left on that thing.
Plenty of mileage left. Keep the oil changed.
But I'm
forever.
I'm gonna drive the 69 F100 a lot.
Well, if you're going to drive that, then I'm cleaning up the farm truck, because you have a tendency to not want to keep it clean.
It's a farm truck.
Well,
farm trucks is kind of nasty.
You know what you got to get?
What's that?
An Australian Shepherd bobblehead to go on the dash.
Yeah, I'll have to give me one of those.
Because we have a Moody.
Name me some dice in them.
We have. It's time to go, people. I'm sorry.
Oh, me. Oh, my goodness. Well,
any news that happens with Granddaddy, we're going to update everyone.
Yeah.
And we just cannot. Once again, I know I'm just over talking about this, but y'all, we are so thankful for each and every one of y'all that has once again prayed, give our well wishes, offered monetary donations,
emails. I tell you, not only that, I want to say this before we go. There was a lot of y'all that gave us excellent advice that we took advantage of.
That's exactly right.
There have been some people that had been into a similar situation.
Yes, definitely.
And they were like, look, this happened to us, in 2014, and this is what we did. And so you guys helped us out tremendously.
And
So,
the
and we've been,
GoFundMe,
and we
it's
have been reading all the emails and taking everybody's advice that we saw. That we do get a lot of repetitive stuff too. So, um, but it has been the advice you guys have given us has been amazing too.
it
I mean,
has.
it has really helped us out big time.
I don't really, even if it was the same thing, it reinforced what we initially read.
Yeah.
It didn't matter if it was a duplicate email. We appreciate everybody that said a prayer for us and
Yes.
said
Right.
a word of encouragement that things are going to be okay.
That's right.
Things are going to be okay.
That's right.
And we're on the high road now.
We're on the high road now.
That's right.
That's right.
So until next time.
Until next time, guys, thank y'all so much again from the bottoms of our hearts. Just we can't thank you guys enough. Honestly, we really can't. And we hope y'all have a wonderful day.
And we are all the Cog Squad.
That's right.
Y'all, everybody. We're the Cog Squad and we stick together.
That's right. We do stick together. And we'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good.
Thank you.